Hello everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. I just got a new YouTube video intro and I'm very excited about it. It did take like 2 weeks to get, but I absolutely love it. I will put her Etsy shop down below if you're interested in getting some digital art created, but very happy with the new YouTube intro. I have my coffee shirt on and I have my little coffee, my protein coffee. Oh, it's so good. So before we jump right into the application process, I did want to say a couple things first. So first, I do have a mirror off to the side. It's like a very little teeny tiny mirror, but I am not in my normal makeup spot. So I have a little mirror there, so if you see me looking off camera, that is why. Or if you see me holding that mirror up, that's why. And then number two, you will not see foundation in this routine. I cut out foundation, oh my gosh, it has probably been close to 5 years now. 5, I think. It's been roughly 4 to 5 years that I've cut out foundation from my routine, and this is just my personal preference. Some people love foundation. However, I do not. My skin does not. My skin tends to just like feel really cakey, to, you know, get a little bit more breakouts whenever I am wearing foundation. So I cut that out of my routine, and honestly, I feel like it is better for me. Might not be best for you. However, I did kind of realize that was the sense of most of my breakouts was from my foundations that I was using. And I have tried high end, I have tried low end, I have tried in between. No foundation that I have tried has worked to where it does not break me out. Sometimes I will wear foundation if it's a special occasion, aka my wedding or my engagement photos. I did wear a CC cream, but the most important part to me of an everyday or any kind of flawless makeup routine is making sure that your skincare is on point, that you take really good care of your skin. That is going to be the most flawless application process, is when you have a really good base to work with. So I work really hard on my skin. I do have like a little bit of rosacea on my forehead and then on my chin right here. So I can't really do a whole lot about that, but we work with it. But I work very, very hard on my skin to keep it nice and clear. I do occasionally get like a few breakouts on my neck, sometimes like up here around my hairline, and I think that that's just simply from the bangs. But I wanted to do this everyday makeup tutorial because almost on a daily basis I get asked about my mascara that I use or how I do my everyday makeup, if I have a tutorial anywhere on my everyday makeup, and I figured that I would share one now since I've tested out a couple of new products that I'm really enjoying right now and have been introduced to my new makeup routine. So I personally throw my hair back when I do my makeup, as well as obviously when I wash my face and stuff. These come in a 3-pack and I will link them down below. I will link everything down below. So everything will be down below. That is in this video for hopefully the most part. Hopefully I can get the links for absolutely everything in this routine. But I love this. It's like a towel material, so I really like these headbands. They're really, really nice when you're washing your face. We are going to be starting with my concealer, and y'all, my makeup applicating tubes are probably a little bit dirty, but I am starting with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. And what shade am I on this one? So I am using light beige, and I am using light beige right now because I do have self-tan on. But normally I would be like I think light peach when I'm not actively super tan. But I just apply it more so in my T-zone, and I really like to cover my rosacea, my under eyes, and then I do just like cover my nose just because with everything else kind of concealed, it just looks better when my nose is concealed. And then I just take a damp beauty blender and I just blend that in. For me, it's okay if it's not perfect because I go back over everything, and you'll see here in a little bit. And I like to just like kind of dab some on my eye, kind of working as a little bit of an eye primer. So there is the concealer. I just, like I said, like to hit under my eye, my forehead, my chin, and then my nose. This is the one product that I don't know if I'm gonna be able to link, but I honestly got this from Dollar General. It's Joa, and it is a crystal glow tinted luminizer, and I have it in warm honey. It looks like it was manufactured by Kiss, the one that does like little fake nails. But it is a stick that I just use as my bronzer right here, which I did just get some on my face. But I just take this like slightly angled brush, and I like to apply it straight to the brush, and I get a decent amount on there. And then I just kind of pat it in the spots that I like to bronze. And this is why I like to wear this headband, is because it kind of catches it from going in my hair instead of, or it goes into the headband instead of my hair. And I just kind of dab it on the places that just kind of naturally get sun on me. And then I like to go under and blend it through my neck. And I find that when I'm applying this with a brush and it's a cream bronzer, I just feel like it looks really good. And then I just, after I'm done kind of placing it where I want it, I just kind of pat it in, and then I brush up. This is just me. So I put it right on my jawline and then brush up, brush down, just kind of carry that bronzer everywhere. It very much so matches my body, and yeah, so this is new. It's called Sace Lady. I am trying a whole new blush and I really like it. So I just put like a dab, basically kind of like at the top of my cheekbone, and then I just blend it in. And I like to concentrate more so on the top of my cheekbone, because it kind of acts as a bronzer contouring method. And then I just kind of take it up around my cheek or my eyes, and then I will use whatever's left on the apples of my cheeks right here. And then I do just kind of takes a little bit of that excess and just kind of dab it across my nose. I like to do my highlight, and this one is Sace Lady, so it's the same brand as this, and it is a liquid highlighter, and this one is the Diamond Highlighter in shade 3, and this one did not come in a multi-pack, but I just take it and I just dab it on the tip of my nose, and then I use my finger to apply my highlighter because it just spreads easier, I guess. And then I do my Cupid's bow. So I'm just kind of taking it and using my fingers to dab it in. And I pretty much dab it in like immediately after I apply it because this does dry down pretty quickly. And I'm gonna take some on the inner corners of my eye, and then I just use my pinky to push that in. And then I kind of take it a little bit up into my eye. So yeah, nice little glowy look right here. Next, I go in with, for my brows, this is probably my favorite part. I do have my eyebrows microbladed, but the microblading is so faded, and I need to get them redone. I'm gonna have to like literally get them like completely redone because the microblading is like so faded on my eyebrows. This is where I'm holding up my mirror because I need a close-up darling. But I just use the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I have tried Benefit Brow and I used that for a long time, but I feel like this literally does the same stuff that Benefit does. So, and it's significantly cheaper. This thing is like $4. Use it to brush up my brow, and then I will take the end and extend my brow just a little bit. This is where you kind of see me like repeat a process a little bit, but again, I have been doing this routine now for a little bit and I just find that it looks best throughout the day. But I am using the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Translucent Setting Powder. So setting powder is the like non-drugstore product that I will invest in because I've tried drugstore and it just typically like will leave a cast, like a pretty good cast for like photos or honestly just even looking at myself, and it's like a very yellowy cast. So this is like very much so a white, oh my goodness, it's like,
I just felt all of that on my finger. Oh my god.
and I just dab that on places where I know that I will get oily, which is basically like right around the sides of my nose, on my chin, and then on my forehead. After I go in and I do all that, I usually lose a little bit of blush, so I will just put like little baby dots and just kind of reapply that blush, just give it a little bit of a pop, and it just kind of brings the blush back to life a little bit, and then you can still see my highlight. Like that highlight is here to stay. I am taking my Tarte Lane Bloom palette, and honestly, if you have like any good like nude colors, I just kind of go between like these two, and then yeah, this guy right down here, and always tap off the excess. And then I just do a little bit on the outer crease just to add some depth, which I have a little mirror right here. I'm going to use this instead of my camera. And you don't have to push. Like that is such, I used to do that all the time. I'm so guilty of it, but like you just have to lightly tap your face and like move the brush across, and it still applies your makeup, and it applies it way better in my opinion. Is I'm gonna take like these 3 shades and just like kind of tap a little bit of each, pat it off, and then I just kind of work that into my outer crease just a little bit. Again, I just like to add just like a little bit of depth to my eye. I don't go crazy on eye makeup unless I have somewhere that I be going. And I like to just pat that in the outer crease, kind of blend it in a little bit. And what I do is I like to get a little bit of that excess off on the back of my hand, on the fluffy part of the brush, and then I just kind of go back through and then blend it across my crease and blend it out a little bit, just to lighten it up. Again, I'm just trying to add like a little bit of depth to my eyes. Like, it doesn't seem noticeable on camera, but it's definitely noticeable in the mirror. We have a little bit of that inner corner already done. However, another new thing that I tried is, this is Julep Beauty eyeshadow stick. And it's this really pretty, like, champagne-y color. And I am just kind of dragging it on my eye and filling in my lid.
This is like a cream stick?
And I just am taking it, and you can kind of see it's really pretty. I really like it. Okay, so this is the question that I'm asked all the time outside of my mascara, is how do I do my wing liner? Y'all, I have been doing a wing liner since my junior or senior year of high school, and it's been almost 10 years, so it's 10 years worth of practice. Although I did pick up a new technique not too long ago. It was actually like towards the beginning of 2020, where someone was using a angled brush and eyeshadow to do a kind of a softer wing liner, and I go back and forth between using my liquid eyeliner and this technique. So today I was just feeling this technique. I am taking the two darkest shades on this palette, which is basically like a really dark gray and then like a super dark brown. And I just pat off the excess, and using this angled brush makes doing a wing liner so much easier. I do have the liquid liner down. Don't get me wrong, some days I'm like, I want a thin baby wing, but then it's like, no, she's gonna be real freaking thick and she's gonna cut somebody. So I'm not perfect at it, but I have nailed it down to where I can pretty much get it how I want it every single day. But this technique is so easy, especially if you struggle with doing a wing liner, because all you do is you line it up to your lashes right here, and I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit closer. And you just draw up, and you draw that little wing shape. And the easiest part about this is I just got a little bit more on my brush. You just kind of flick it out. And I don't know really how to explain it besides if you just watch. You just like flick it up to make that wing shape. And a little bit goes a long way with the powder. So I just do kind of like a little bit at a time, and I build it up. And then I kind of connect it on parts that like are a little bit patchy. But otherwise I'm like constantly flicking up. And it gives like a little bit of like a smokier, softer wing. I will say that compared to doing a liquid liner, this does not hold up on my eyelid all day. It holds up for most of the day. Like 70% of the day. Y'all, this is the only mascara that I have used for the last like 2-3 years now, is L'Oreal Air Volume. It's actually been like 2 years. I have tried like a couple different mascaras in between. Like Maybelline Sky High was all right, but this one is my favorite mascara that I've ever used. I can't even think of a high-end product that even compares to this. Like, this is truly my favorite mascara. It's like just the right amount of wet consistency, but then the brush is perfect for me. And like, y'all, I do have longer lashes. They're just naturally longer. I don't know where I get it from. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. I don't know who I got it from, but thank you. But I have naturally longer lashes. This gives me like all the volume, and then it just like builds off of my length. So I love it. I usually apply it like with my mirror a little bit down at like a little bit of an angle, and I just make sure that my lashes are nice and fully coated. Also, a little trick that I used, or that I learned, if you do get mascara on you, wait for it to dry down a little bit and then use like this spoolie. I never use it for anything besides this. If you get any mascara on it, you can just take this spoolie and then like it'll rub right off. It's so cool. Hopefully I get one on my lid so I can show you, but you have to let it dry down for just like a minute. You can't let it be like super wet. As I go back, while this is like getting a little bit more tacky, I do another coat just to get more volume, I guess. So it looks like I'm applying like 1,000 coats, but really like I'm just trying to separate my lashes a little bit and make sure that every single lash is coated. I love this mascara. Again, this is L'Oreal Air Volume. I either go between these, or depending on what I kind of have going on that day, or I don't know, whatever. I kind of go back and forth between the Maybelline 24/7 Superstay, where it has like the one side is the color and then the next side is kind of the, I'm like the coffee burps / hiccups. The one side is the color and then the other side is the setting, like the clear stick, and then it stays all day. It really does stay all day, by the way. But I also use these, they're called e.l.f. Sheer Slick, and they're just like a little tinted chapstick. And I'm feeling pinky today. And then I just take a normal chapstick over top of it. So these are dirty. Like the outside of these like have like makeup from my fingers, because obviously like I do use my fingers to like dab some stuff in, but I actually mix two different ones. So I use this NYX matte finish spray, and then I also use the e.l.f. dewy coconut mist, and I only do like a slight dab of that matte one, and then I load up the dewy. And then I got this giant beauty blender. It is so big. It's the Real Techniques like body sponge, but I like to use this at the very end. I got like right up my nose. And I just use it to blend everything in. And usually what I do find is that it does kind of pick up my chin. So I'll kind of just like doop, doop, dab that in the back of it and just kind of like reblend it in. And then whatever is left on that translucent powder, I just pat it right back in. Blending your makeup all together, like once it's done, this has just been the game changer for me, because it just like looks so skin-like. I mean, obviously you can tell I'm wearing makeup because of my eye makeup, but it just looks so pretty. I love it. I have been, and don't forget to pat your ears a little bit and hit that neck again. It feels like my skin. It's very glowy. but without being like super shiny. And I don't know, I just feel like I have finally, after I worked at Sephora too. I worked at Sephora, but I feel like I have finally mastered my makeup routine that is appropriate for my age with my skin. In the sense, not like appropriate for my age and like you can do whatever you want at whatever age, like do whatever you want, but I'm just saying, like with me having like a few fine lines, and then like I do have like fine lines under my eyelids and stuff, like, and then just with, you know, having certain lines in certain areas and like expression lines and whatnot as a young adult, like as a 21-year-old, and then when I worked at Sephora when I was a teenager, it's like I was always using the wrong products for myself. I was either using things that, you know, like more so like when I was much younger, I was using stuff that was made for mature skin, which really was like very cakey on my skin and just didn't blend very well with my skin at the time. Versus now when I got older and then those products were better for me to use, I was using stuff that wasn't made for my skin type, my skin age, that kind of vibe. So I hope that makes sense. I love this, and it is so light. Again, no foundation has been used here. Like, I love that most of this is my skin, and like you can still see all of my freckles, which right now they're not as predominant because it's not summer. And I also do use SPF, which wear your SPF on your face. Wear SPF on your face. But that is my everyday makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank y'all for watching, and I love y'all. Everything will be down below in the caption, and I hope that y'all have the most amazing, wonderful day, and I hope you guys have the best New Year. And, or I guess when you're watching this, it might be after New Year. So like, anyways, I just hope that the end of year 2021 was beautiful and amazing, and is beautiful and amazing, and I hope that the start of 2022 is even better. So, love you guys. Bye.